Alright tech family, I walked in the door to find our video editor editing with his laptop plugged into this portable external monitor, the LG Plus View. We get a lot of products sent to us and it is super rare that we end up using them ourselves. The ones we do are really the best of the best. Plus, I personally am a big believer that external monitors increase productivity. I used to live in a small one-bedroom apartment. You would have seen it in my older videos. In that apartment, I had no desk and worked with the laptop on the dining room table. At dinner or when we had guests over, I'd have to first put away the laptop. Heck, one of the reasons I started reviewing laptops on this channel was I couldn't get a desktop as I had nowhere to put it. So I needed to find a great laptop. The downsides of a laptop, of course, is having to work on a smaller screen. I would have loved to have an external monitor like this one that was quick to set up and pack down. Now, LG sent me this monitor, kind of like an add-on to be included in my review of the LG Gram 16. But since this monitor is a leap above other portable external monitors I've used, it deserves its own video. First, why we love it. It's a large 16-inch panel with respectable brightness at 350 nits and excellent color reproduction. It's very portable, weighing in at just under 1 kilogram, which includes the magnetic protective cover that doubles as a stand. It's also convenient to use. The display has two USB-C connections located on either side. All you do is plug in the USB-C cable it comes with into your laptop and then control the brightness with the brightness rocker. No external charging cable needed. It is a high resolution panel at 2560 by 1600, giving it a PPI of 189 pixels per inch, so text on screen will look sharp enough for most people. Just so you get a sense of where that lies, a standard 13.3-inch laptop with a Full HD 1920 by 1080 resolution screen would be a PPI of 166. So better than that, but nowhere near as sharp as a Retina panel on a MacBook Pro, which has a PPI of 254. It also supports up to a 75Hz refresh rate, so movement on screen will look slightly smoother than on a regular 60Hz panel. The panel is matte, which means you won't see reflections on the display. This also means you can get away with a slightly less bright panel like this one, as you don't need high brightness to combat those reflections. With that all said, we found this monitor extremely useful in raising our overall productivity. For example, our video editor would have notes up on the external display while editing a video on the laptop's one. I would have a spreadsheet up of test results on the external monitor while I wrote a script summarizing them on the laptop's one. Yes, you can obviously divide up your laptop's display to do this, but it is far easier to have a second one. And of course, you get more screen real estate. Here are a couple of other good use cases. If you are traveling and want something to help you raise your productivity while away, this is great for that. If your laptop doesn't have a color accurate display and you want one, rather than replacing the entire laptop, you could buy this. Funnily enough, I love Lenovo's Legion series, but the one criticism I have of them is that the color reproduction, it isn't good enough for professional color work. Paired with the LG Gram Plus View, problem solved. At a price of around $300 for these kind of use cases, I think it's definitely worth considering. Heck, as a bonus benefit, if you wanted to game above 60Hz, this monitor will at least let you get up to 75 without replacing your laptop. I don't think that one though is worth it in isolation, but I thought I'd mention it. So, here's a couple of things to be aware of before you buy it. Firstly, the monitor requires power and cannot be powered directly. It draws power only from the cable that it is plugged into the laptop with. Therefore, when using the monitor, when the laptop is on battery, it will reduce the battery life you get out of it. Second, as the monitor is 2560 by 1600 matte panel, it is best paired with laptops with a similar panel, like its sister laptop, the LG Gram 16. You can use it with other laptops, of course, but the experience of moving your eyes between the laptop screen and the external monitor may not feel as seamless. For example, if you're looking at a laptop's display that has a poorer color accuracy, then you look across to this display, it might be a little disjointing. Next, the cover stand attaches via magnets, and it works well when the monitor is in landscape mode. The angle isn't adjustable though. It also doesn't really work when the monitor is in portrait mode. It would have been nice if LG added magnets so it could be used in portrait mode as well. Also, I noticed the monitor wouldn't work when plugged into either my tiny Dell XPS 13 or Dell XPS 13 Plus. It worked on larger laptops I tried like my MacBook Pros, LG Gram, Legions, and Aero 15. My untested hypothesis is those smaller laptops don't provide enough power via the USB ports. I did order a multimeter so I can test this in future. Next, it would be nice if the monitor acted as a USB hub. Some laptops don't have a lot of ports, and since this monitor has 2, it would be great if I could plug a USB device into it so one of my laptops isn't tied up driving the monitor. That being said, I was able to plug my phone into the monitor while it was plugged into a laptop, and at least power does pass through, and I was able to charge my phone like that. Finally, this monitor for a portable one is large, and as I said, it is meant to be used in landscape mode. If you are a coffee store entrepreneur, you probably aren't going to fit a laptop with this monitor on a standard 2-seater coffee store table. So let's wrap. We love the LG Gram Plus View and honestly found it to be one of the most useful devices we've ever used to raise productivity. It's the first time I feel 100% confident recommending one of these portable external monitors. If you aren't able to add a regular external monitor to your setup for whatever reason, the LG Gram Plus View is absolutely worth considering. Well, that's all for today, folks. If you like this video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and get subscribed. It shows your appreciation for the insane amount of work that goes into making these. And as I always say, it makes my mother very proud. Till next time, go do something awesome with your day, and I will catch you later.